Let's see. Alright. Good afternoon, evening, whatever it is in your particular time zone, morning maybe, who knows. Today I'm gonna be finishing up my build of the MG God Gundam, which is an older MG, back from the wonderful era of screws. I hate screws in model kits, they're really just a pain in the ass, but luckily the God Gundam has like 20, so that's fun. I started working on this weekend at our local Gunpla meetup. So as you can see, I've already got the legs and the arms and head assembled, and of course, Domokashu. This is one of the things I really missed from the older MGs and some of the older HGs, was where they came with a little pilot figure. I think this is 1/24th, because I think this is a little too big for 1/35th. But I would love to get more of these style of figures. Maybe not in the horrendous to clean up polyvinyl that this one happens to be made of, because these mold lines are a pain in the ass to clean. But it would be nice to get more just fun little pilot figures, especially if they could do them in 1/35th, like the UC Hardgraph stuff, which I will be doing at a later stream at some point. I've had a core fighter and a few other pieces from that line to do. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and get started working on this again. Looks like the hips are the next thing, which will be great because then I can put the legs on them. It'll be fun. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will be happy to answer them. Trying to remember which frame is which on this kit. Thankfully, so far, aside from the screws, this kit has gone together pretty well. The G Gundam kits are among some of my favorites and least favorites of the MGs from this era. The God and Shining and Spiegel are great kits, aside from the screws. The Master has a lot of problems with being able to support the weight of its cloak wings, and just assembling them in general is kind of a pain in the ass. Seems like there's, for this particular section, like one part on every frame. I have to go through all of them and find each little piece. They couldn't just consolidate the hips onto a single or two runners. Yeah, they did a similar thing with the Perfect Grade 00, where it was like, for this section, you need these 3 frames. And I haven't seen that on any other kits. So I'm wondering if maybe the PG Exia or the PG uniforms will end up having the same feature in the instruction booklet, just to at least make it a little bit easier to keep your desk organized. Yeah, I'll end up doing that as well. Just like look at the overall page basically and be like, okay, well, I need everything from this and this and this, and then I'll worry about assembling it after I get them cleaned up. So much sanding. Probably going to go over some of the parts that I had sanded the other day. Give them a little bit more of a touch-up sanding. So I have much better lighting here than I did where we were building. And I can notice some issues now. Yeah, it was way too hot there, and the chairs weren't that great. I mean, they did have another area they said we could use that was apparently quieter, but I don't know if that's going to actually be like air conditioned as well. Kind of doubt it with the way their setup is. So they have no parking. Maybe we can get some space from secret weapon or something. Tweeted out a photo of the double O build, and now my phone is just blowing up with notifications. Yeah, I'm really happy with those backdrops. They're a little small for the PG, unfortunately, so I'm ending up using like two of them at once to try to get it covered. But they work out pretty nicely for making the photos look a lot better. Um, Once I get done fixing the couple of little things that are still broken on it, I'll end up bringing a bunch of lights over there and getting it properly lit and taking a ton of photos. It came with three. They're all different. One is a very dark, one is like a medium dark, and then there's a bright bluish white one, which I actually like the bluish light one the most, but the other two kind of blend into each other, which makes it easier when using two. But I'll figure something out with it. I might end up seeing if I can get some more of just the backdrops from Table War, or if they will do a bigger one. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with them once I get done with the stream today. I'll figure out a good method of making it work together. I figure I'll take a bunch of photos with each of the backgrounds and then pick the ones that I like the most. So much sanding. So much sanding. I may also take the 00 outside to photograph it, because the natural lighting does look really nice. I'll just use the backdrop to cut out our Day of the Triffids backyard. Yeah, I was really happy with that as well. Lots of folks really enjoyed that shot. Yeah. Hips mostly done. Another page down. How's my audio sounding now with this change setup? That's good. Yeah, I'm sure there's always little things that could improve. I could probably also just talk more and actually be entertaining while doing this. But we'll see. Welcome to the stream, Isekai. Five. 5 screws remain in the box. I don't know if any of those are extra or what, but it looks like I have another one coming up in a moment that apparently fastens the chest to the hips. So that should be fun. At least I have a screwdriver today. I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as the Perfect Grade Mark II is. At least I don't remember it being too bad from when I did this 10 years ago, the last time I think. Um, but yeah, it should be fun. Special shout out to Kiki, who is watching the stream but not communicating in chat and instead is sending me messages via Facebook. Love you, dear. Thankfully, it looks like it's only one screw connecting the torso and the hip. So that's not too bad. That's not the 4 screws in each leg madness that I had earlier. Still not great, but yeah, it could be worse. do want to get another PG Mark II and build it again. Hopefully build it fully this time and not have it break on us. But that's me just loving the Mark II. So maybe if I can get it for a good price. Or if I decide to go crazy and build the scene from the Argonaut where there's 3 of them in the hangar bay. I think there's a resin mod kit to turn either the Mark II or the Hyakushiki into either the Mark II or the Zeta into the Hyakushiki perfect grade, which could be fun to do. Do 3 of those. The MGs for the Mark II are fantastic, especially the 2.0. But even the old one, the 1.0 was fantastic as well. Like that was one of my first master grades was building that, and I loved it. I was back in the day, didn't know what the hell I was doing, building kits with a nail clipper to get them off the sprue. Not that I really know too much of what the hell I'm doing at the moment. It just looks impressive. I still just bumble around a lot of, oh god, what the heck am I doing? And that's why you should support my Patreon, because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Well, this is definitely one of those pieces where it's not coming back out once it goes in, because it has a fancy little lip on where it connects into it, which I know the camera isn't actually focusing on because it's focusing back here at the moment. But you can be sure there's this tiny little lip that if I tried to take this part apart, it would snap. So somebody remind me about that when I go to take this kit apart later. Alright, screw. In a shocking turn of events, the screwdriver that has been sitting on a magnet for the last 2 months is slightly magnetic now. And thank you to my new follower, Nike629. Appreciate the follow. It's not too bad of a screw. Just gives it a little bit more stability. Though I don't think you truly need it to be in there. I think that they could have designed this with a better method, but whatever. Slowly begin that torso up. Yes, I would love a 2.0 of all of the G suits, and a 1.0 of the ones that didn't get it, like the rest of the Shuffle Alliance. Even just some new the HGFCs would be fantastic. Like, I love that we got we got the God, the Shining, the Master, and the Noble for the HGFCs. I would still love the rest of the Shuffle Alliance to get proper good kits, or at least a Rose. I'd really love a Rose kit. Babble on and on about G Gundam kits. Oh man, an MG Devil Gundam would be fantastic. I mean, we just got that giant Deep Striker kit. Give G Gundam a little love and make one of those. This is also the year of the Leo, so crazy shit's happening. We could get some more fun old suits back. Of course, I also want a PG God. It's like a PG for every main suit, but maybe one day. Sekihaya Tenkyoken, can barely pronounce it. I probably could, but I'm not going to. But I can at least tell you that this hand of mine is burning red and will have a wonderful little LED. I saw that Double O's Blu-ray sets was coming out in the States, and that a number of their kits are part of the Build Divers line. So it wouldn't surprise me if we ended up getting a couple more kits from that series as well, just standard. We did just get the PG Axia. I would prefer more MGs. I'm really not a fan of RG kits. Every one of them that I've put together has just been an utter nightmare. I also really need to go watch the first episode of Build Divers, since that dropped today. I'll probably end up doing that after the stream. I hear that there's a really cool IBO kit previewed in like the opening or closing. Why do you have 3 PG lightnings? Or lightings? Feels a little bit excessive. But I did also totally get the repair kit, which just came in on Monday. I'll be building mine this weekend, most likely. I mean, if you want 3, then go for it. Are you gonna like make one of them into the like Exia Dark Matter from Build Fighters, or are you just gonna do them all standard? I don't actually have a easy way of outputting my computer's audio through the stream at the moment. I do have random J-pop playing though in the background, which I don't think you can quite hear through my microphone since it's fairly omnidirectional. Oh, that should be cool. Oh yeah, I won't be using the stickers at all. I'm gonna end up painting the kit fully. Not a fan of stickers in general. I think one of my cameras froze. Oh, camera. That's annoying. There we go. It's been doing that for a couple of times today when I was testing it. I don't know why. I wasn't having this issue before the most recent update. Yeah, I built the Noble HGFC kit, and that was really nice. I need to go around getting the rest of them. I built all the ancient HGs back in the day, and they were decent for their era, but still pretty rough. welcome to this stream, Zygrot. You should totally get your own. If you're just going to start off with these, I highly recommend the HDUC origin kits, especially like the Zaku 2 origin kit. It's a great kit for beginners. Plus, they're only like $15. And they look fantastic. Okay. Look at this! Look at this little guy. He's awesome. I'm only 1,000 yen. It's a bit of a trick in the fact that a lot of new people to Gunpla don't know about it, and so many stores in the States will mark up the kits by exorbitant amounts that you want to make sure you know it to avoid getting ripped off. I think I need like a timer in the corner for how much of the stream I've spent just sanding parts. I might look into doing that. I think there's like some way I can control it with like a button by my foot to be able to like just on off on off. Might be just a fun little option. No, I haven't gotten chat commands set up. Still learning how to use like OBS and Twitch in general to get everything set up. I hope to get all that taken care of by the time I hit 50 followers and can make it to affiliate status. The kit, yeah, it's going to be part of a larger diorama based on Gundam Battle Assault. I've got an old CRT television that I'm going to be hollowing out and doing the diorama inside of. So it's going to be the God versus the Wing. There'll be LEDs all over the place and some effects and whatnot. Should be a lot of fun. Thursday, I will be doing a stream where I'll be going through the kit, cutting out all the channels for LEDs, getting it prepped for that, and then probably next week I will start building the wing to go with it. Standing as fast as I can. Should pull out the Dremel. I would be pretty excited. I think my wallet would be a little upset because I already buy too many Gundam kits as is. Uh, but it would be an excuse to build another one and do something different with it then. Which, depending on if they announce 2.0s of anybody else from G, I would probably end up picking that up as well and doing a tournament fight scene with the two of them. Um, I kind of want to get the HDFC Shining or God to do the carrying the noble pose. Yeah, if we could get really any of the contestants or Shuffle Alliance kits, new kits, I would totally pick those up. Even if it was the silly windmill Gundam, I would still pick that up. Or maybe Kowloon Gundam with secret hidden Master Gundam inside of it action. At some point I should probably do the Burning Gundam hidden inside a Dom Gundam build. Very carefully. If I remember right, when Tri-Fighters came out, there was somebody who tried to uh, not math, but draw how that would actually work, and the legs will kind of fit, but the rest won't. So we'll take some modification in placard, or I just get like a another glorious grade Dom and have plenty of room to try to fit a Burning Gundam inside of it. The problem with electric sander is I'm going to still need to swap out what paper I'm using in it constantly as I go through different grits. I doubt it. With just how poorly Age was received, I think that the fact that there's a lot of Age kits in Build Divers is mostly just to try to recoup some money on those molds. It will be interesting to see if we get a new Kapul kit with the Momokapul. Yeah, they made HG 160 for the Shining and possibly the God. So I haven't built those. I built the HG 160 Wing Zero, which was okay. I mean, it was a big upscale version of the 1/100 high grade. So it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't absolutely terrible. Um, which the Wing Zero perfect rate isn't that great either, to be honest. Like most of Wing Zero's customs kits, it suffers from the inability to hold its wings up. I do imagine that the Gunpla community would be pretty shocked if they announced new age MGs. Though the Sparrow is the one kit that I have thrown against a wall so far for how terrible it is. Which is a shame because I like that design a lot. An RG wouldn't surprise me, since they're generally doing the mainline suits in RG. No, they'll just sell them as P Bandai kits. I like them as well, but I would still prefer more stuff going to the general market just because it's a little bit easier to get a hold of. Mainly because I really like my HobbyLink private warehouse. I don't particularly care for having to pay markup on a kit just because it was P Bandai. Maybe if Bluefin could at least get us a proper P Bandai marketplace for the States. Tamanem makes some really nice tools. There are, which is why I was saying why I recommend just getting an HGUC kit to start with, and try not to get too overloaded with all of the options out there. Just pick up a Zaku, start from there. You can use all the same tools that you use for Warhammer and whatnot to build them. You don't really need anything too special. Like I use a bunch of random specialty tools, but that's just because I'm doing crazy shit with mine, and most of what I do could be still done with basic cheap stuff. Um, Especially if you're just starting out and you're not planning on doing super complex stuff. Me? No, I'm in California. I built them because they were there. I don't really have a good reason beyond that. Kind of interesting that the stock claws are yellow and the HY2M ones are white. It seems kind of odd. Like, I guess it was probably just to save a frame, so they only had to shoot the one white frame and they didn't feel like shooting the yellow frame. But still just seems kind of weird. Be painting it either way, so it doesn't really matter too much. On to the back. Yeah, it's a little weird, but like I said, it's just the HY2M that's different, which it's probably just them saving money on plastic for the add-on kit, because it was only like 4 frames. The blue one, the white one, the gray one, and the translucent orange one. Yeah, it's just the backpack Corlander. There's only a few parts for that, so this will get done pretty quick. Which is good because I usually end my streams around 5:30ish, so just the right amount of time to take. Not yet. Um, I would like to have it lit up to doing the rainbow effect around the wings. So I'm probably going to end up having to get some fiber optic wire and basically making that. Likely running a thin wire through one of these wings. Might I might end up making a mold and casting the wings to be able to make them a little bit thicker in some spots just to hide it. I'm not entirely sure exactly how I'm going to manage it yet. I'll likely also replace these burners with metal ones. MG God Gundam. I don't know, decent kit. Screws are annoying, but it's still fairly nice. Little Domon Pachu hanging out behind him. So that is pretty much it for today. Thank you everybody who came by and watched me work on this. I really appreciate all your views and followings. Special shout out to Nike629 for following me today. I will be back again tomorrow, where I will be weathering an HGUC Loto, which I had spent a few previous streams working on painting and building and whatnot. So tomorrow will be that, and then on Thursday I will be back to the MG God Gundam, working on digging out the channels for wires and lights to go. Friday then will be a miscellaneous build and paint day. I've got a handful of HG kits that are partially built and I would like to get finished, and I'm going to spend Friday doing that, and possibly also painting some. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to hit follow if you haven't already. You can catch me on Twitter at Cyphorian as well, and on Patreon at Cyphorian. Thanks again, and I hope to see you tomorrow.